So something that has come up very persistently over the last couple of weeks has been the issue of trust. This has happened in the private retreats. This has happened in the consultations. It happened in the interview with Suzanne. Um, and just in personal conversations, the issue of trust is just coming up again and again and again and again. So I suspected that this is what we might delve into tonight. And about 15 minutes ago, I just checked in with consensus, got really quiet, and I'm not going to be able to convey what happened, but basically it went like this. They leaned in and they said, "We would love to talk about trust." It was so gentle. It was so sweet. It was so like, this is going to be an intimate affair. So I do know how they want to do it. I'm not going to tell you in advance, but it's going to be a little love fest tonight using trust as the avenue. So I'm really excited about this. And as always, I don't have any idea what they're going to say. I just know that this is going to be the topic for tonight. Just invite everybody to get really comfortable wherever you are. Just shake off the day. If need be, shake off the week. Just let yourself fully come into this moment here. Let yourself fully be here in community. Let's take a nice, good, slow, deep breath in. Feel everything in the body and just let it all release. And as you do, feel everything softening. Feel everything within and around. Just feel like it's sinking. No responsibility to be held up. Let's become aware of the space all around us. To our left, to our right, in front of us, and behind us, all the space above us, and all the space below. And all we're doing is letting ourselves gradually unite in awareness with where we are. All we're doing is feeling in this moment ourselves in awareness with where we are. Now let's take another good, slow, deep breath in. Breathing in all of that awareness, and now just relax into the field that we have here together. Letting ourselves blend in with our collective field here. Very easily letting ourselves unite with each other in this moment. And with every breath, just feel yourself more intimately, more intricately wafting into this field, all boundaries disappearing, staying in the visceral awareness, in the embodied feeling of what's underway here. All we're doing is tuning in through feeling. Now, in this moment, we want to feel ourselves invited in ever more deeply into this collective state of being here together. And we're going to feel that invitation through our intention. The same intention we have every single week. And as I speak this intention, we're going to feel every single word, every single vibration taking us in ever more deeply into the vastness of this collective field we share. Being invited in with our intention to be of service. To be of service to ourselves, to be of service to each other, to be of service to all of humanity. And to be of service to all of our divine family. Now, as I speak these last words in service to our divine family, you can imagine all the divine presence within this field welcoming you, welcoming us in the embrace of resonant energy. So just relaxing into that alignment with divine presence. There's no effort. We don't need to narrate this. There's no expectation. This is the full surrender into the embrace of divine presence. Now we are going to invite everyone to feel the energy of this alignment, the energy of this loving embrace. everywhere in the body. You might imagine we're plugging into the body, all of this connection. Again, no expectation of what we need to feel. We're just allowing it to be as it is. We're stating our intention and our own invitation here. To be in the aligning, allowing state. Now we would like to point out that the only place in which you experience the sound of this voice is within you. The only place you experience alignment or embrace with divine presence is within you. You are feeling the vibrations, some of which are interpreted through sound or as sound, some of which is interpreted as various energy movements in the body. But all of this is happening within you. Take this in. The words you are experiencing within you. There is no separation between perceiver and that which is perceived. You'll notice here, you do not have to trust that you can do this. Trust is not necessary. You know you're experiencing this. You have this capability. You are conditioned to be aware of this in general as you perceiving an other, when in fact, it's all happening within. It's happening because you have this capability. You have called into your awareness this moment, these words, the person speaking these words. You have aligned in every way, including a decision to be here in this group tonight, to experience exactly this. In this exact same way that you have called into manifestation this moment, and deep within you is the call for the manifestation of more realization, and that is your own capacity to experience this divine presence through you innately. There is wisdom within you available that is seeking to be known, to be revealed. And the time has come to release the resistance to that capability within everyone. This is part of why you are here, because you are ready. Now, the biggest part of the resistance comes in trust. First, do I trust that I can? Second, do I trust what I perceive? Third, do I trust what I perceived and the guidance that was given? So let us just inquire in this moment within. If we think about the purity of trust, hear these words, the purity of trust, in which there is no doubt, there's no fear, there's no question. A complete surrender to yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I do perceive. Yes, I can perceive. Yes, I do trust this guidance. When we consider the purity of that, the complete surrender of all resistance to that, what does that feel like in the body? Now, in asking this question, the first thing that comes up for most are all the places where there is resistance to that, where there's doubt, where there's fear, where there's confusion, where there's frustration. So, do we trust that we can release all the resistance to perceiving clearly, to perceiving purely? Do we trust that we can? So we have basically trust at the front door and trust at the back door. The first door being, do I trust that I can move beyond or transcend all the fear, all the doubt, the confusion, the questions, the frustration? Do I trust that? Question number one. And then in getting just a glimpse of what lies beyond all of this, do I trust what is there? Am I willing to trust? We have used this question, am I willing, many, many, many times. But here it holds an important weight. Because the fundamental core of what prevents us from living according to the wisdom within us is a lack of trust. So, in the very first step towards living in that trust, the question is, am I willing, authentically, sincerely, to trust? Let's hold this in the body in this moment. And I want you to feel this question coming from within you. Am I willing to trust? Am I willing to trust my ability to discern the divine presence, the divine wisdom within me? The question of willingness does not call into the factor of how. Am I willing to trust that I can perceive the divine wisdom within me? Now, as we speak these words, we are in fact speaking to the fear, the confusion, the doubt, the frustration, the questions. Their job has been to try to keep you safe. In a confusing and complex world. So we speak to all of these things first. That this question of willingness is a form of compassion. Am I really willing to give all of these burdens a rest? Am I really willing to allow that relief to come from within? To say to all of these things, it's okay. We've got you. So this first trust at the open door, if we present it to everything within us as a statement of compassion, this is my offer, my act of self-love here. We're going to trust in our capability to connect with the divine wisdom, the purity of love within, to reveal all of the healing guidance that we've all been waiting for, that no one has to give us. Our time has come. So we invite you to feel this first door of trust as the compassionate statement, the compassionate claiming of self-care, the compassionate commitment to this self-care. Now, when we ask the question again, you can feel the difference in the field. Am I willing? Am I really willing to trust that I have this capability, that I can access the divine wisdom within me, that I can access all of the healing guidance and understanding and revelations that ease the burden of all of these things that have been carried so long in my body, in my field, in my lineage, in the collective. We know the time has come. We can feel it. It is why we are here. We are inciting in each of you the confidence, the remembrance of what this feels like, the embodied remembrance of the ability and the willingness to trust. Trust what is within. Trust our access to what is within. And trust in the self-compassion inherent in all of that. Now, we are actually going to make this a two-part lesson. We said that this trust has basically a front door and a back door, or a door on the other side, if you will, of all of the fear and doubt, confusion, questions, and frustrations. So tonight, the aim is to center ourselves in this commitment of our trust within, and to allow all of this to be felt, to be experienced, to be heard, to be understood, to be soaked in, if you will, by everything within us. To feel the excitement of that readiness, the impending relief, but also to feel all that gets kicked up with this, that wants to be included in this healing process, to allow all of it to have time to swirl around, make itself known, for us to find a little shift and balancing before we return to this to address what lies beyond, the trust in what we perceive. First things first. Now we would like you to feel within this field the profusion of the energy of trust. You can imagine just being bathed in the energetic field here. All of it, the vibration of trust. The divine trust that is present here. The exquisite love that flows throughout in that form. The time has come for the perspective of trust to be aimed solely within. We have led eons of life seeking to trust information outside of ourselves, trust others to guide us, others to show us the way. You see how this keeps us separate from our own innate capabilities. The time has come. You have this capability. You have this access. You have this entire wealth of divine wisdom, divine healing guidance within you. And everything within you is ready for it. Let that waft through your body. Everything within you is ready to experience the divine presence within you, the divine wisdom that is here in compassionate commitment to the healing of all. Now, we will strongly encourage you to be mindful of how much your mind gets involved here. Any kinds of questions, any expectations, any searching, any frustrations, fine, that's fine. Tell the mind, we see you. Yes, of course. There is a lot here, that's fine, but we would like you to remind your mind, all of this is a profoundly compassionate endeavor to relieve the mind's burdens. The mind has no responsibilities now. Not because it has failed, but because it is exhausted. It is not just exhausted within all of you, but within the collective of humanity. It is the reason why the divine presence is here. It is why the divine presence is rising up. It is a profound act of self-love. Now, before we leave, we would like you to understand something. These teachings, tonight's beginning teaching here, is because the field is ready. The collective field, this field, each of you in your fields. As always, we are here for what is happening in the moment. And in this moment, in this precise moment, we are ready. You are ready. Humanity is ready. This is nothing we will breeze by, nor will it be anything that you breeze by. This is at the core. Trust is at the core. You know this. So we are ready now to work at this level, and we shall. And we add, we shall do so beautifully. And so shall you. Now, we would like you to feel into the field here, rich, the energy of trust and love. We're going to take a nice, good, deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we want you to feel like you're shouting it into all cells in your being. Take a good, deep breath in, breathe the field in. Just shout it into the body. All this trust and love. Claiming its presence undoubtedly, undeniably. We will pick up with this in the next session. We thank you for this gathering and for this love. As you feel comfortable, you begin to get oriented to the space around you. Again, feel your feet on the ground. Touch your fingers to your thumbs. Maybe stretch a bit. As you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes.